Yo, 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 yo. It's your motherfucking boy, Young Weez.
Yes, sir. Billionaire Blaze 109.
And you already know what it is. It's Thursday. It's motherfucking ConCreteConVoS.
All the way.
So what's up, my nigga? How was the week?
Shit, the week been, you know how it is, bruh. First of the month type week, you know what I mean? Beginning of the week. Making sure bills paid. Shit 50-50 in this household type shit. You know what I mean? Like, shit, bro. Just trying to get ready and prepared, bro, for the next levels. And like, for real, for real.
That's a fact. See, of course, I know y'all was expecting a guest today. Due to like scheduling issues, we won't be having a guest today. So, and we switched up locations and everything. Plus, man, the devil just been busy this morning like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get this done. I took this whole week out to prepare for the episode that we supposed to be doing today, which is like, it ain't a dud because I'm glad that I did retrieve the information that I retrieved and did do the research I had, because it made me get like different perspectives and questions and, you know, just things like that I feel like it's in the memory bank. I could save it for another podcast, you know what I mean, and get it in with it. So it ain't about shit. But with the fucking stand is gone, like, you know what I mean, all types of little fucking fool shit, but it's all good because this is ConCreteConVoS and you can't stop what's going. You can't stop work, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We went and balled. We went and played some ball. Blaze ain't shit, y'all. I'll bust this nigga ass any given day. He will never put the money up. He don't want no smoke when it comes to the basketball court at all.
Fuck all that. This nigga one of them workout niggas, lift a weight, running around, treadmill running. Like, I'm trying to get back right. Nigga ain't nothing, ain't talking about shit.
This nigga calls me out to play ball, talking all this shit. Yo, man, I hope you know how to play, this, that, and the third, nigga. I'm the best nigga on the motherfucking court. I don't give a fuck if I work out, lift weights, do none of that shit, nigga. I take care of myself,
I
nigga.
got this nigga in the church. This nigga arguing with the pastor. I'm like, man, that's the pastor. I don't give a fuck, you son.
Facts, nigga.
That, nigga.
Facts, nigga.
Nigga, that's the pastor.
It's a person, nigga. You know what I mean?
So I had to catch that energy and I had to start playing bully ball.
That's a person and that's a competitor. You know what I mean? He ain't no pastor once he step on that basketball
but it was
court.
just respect of the church. It's no profanity. I was just trying to maintain the profanity.
Yeah, all right.
That's all.
Now when we balling, now when we playing sports, I don't play that, man. I'm from East New York, man. I'm from Gersh Park. You know what I mean? I'm from Gersh Park. It's a certain culture that come with that. It's a certain culture that come with Gersh Park. You know what I mean? We talk shit and bust your ass. You know what I mean? We want you to get mad. We want you to get tight. And when you step on that court, you a competitor. It don't matter if you a lawyer, judge, doctor, whatever, nigga. You my bitch once we step on that court, nigga. And I'm gonna talk that shit to you. Shout out to the Reverend Rev. That's a motherfucking fact, man. So let's get into some of the hot topics for the week. Body got the body. You know what I'm saying? Joshua Brown, man.
Whew. Man.
Joshua Brown is being reported that he got killed, basically a drug deal going bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you set it off and then I'll give how I feel on that.
On Joshua Brown?
Yeah. Rest in peace, bro.
Like.
And for the people who don't know who Joshua Brown is, he's the you
give it to him.
Oh, he's the star witness in the Amber Geiger case, which is the case where, you know, the cop walked inside the house and shot both in Jean and basically got 10 years for doing it. And like, what was it, like 2-3 days? Not even a week after the case was over, after she got sentenced, he was found killed.
And it wasn't just kill, you know, shit was execution style. It was one of them, like, dirty money hits. Like, it ain't, you can't be blind to that. Like, that's just one of them, like, oh, you the only person that might know some facts that could come back up. They getting you out the picture. That's deeper than what you think.
Yeah, box you out quick.
Yeah, it ain't simple as.
My bad.
You fixing lights and shit on
My bad.
This nigga.
My bad. But, it was bothering me though.
I know how it is. Shit was just getting to you. But yeah, like, ain't no way in the world you can tell me the only person, the only witness, only motherfucker right there could tell you anything that happened get killed. They ain't promoting it and pushing it though. If that had been anybody else's case, any kind of street situation, that shit would have been publicized and put to that case. They try to just sprinkle some little shit on it like, oh yeah, that's that. Just push that under the bridge. Like, nah, man, that's a little off to me. I can't even really take it in as, oh, what if it could be this? That's just a little offset to me.
Well, you from the NO, right?
Yeah, I was raised out that way.
Weed is legal down there now, right?
Shit, as long as you ain't killing nothing, the shit legal right now.
No, I'm talking about like weed. Like weed is legal down there, right?
They ain't really passed no law for it being legal, but they ain't tripping.
Okay, I'm not sure though, but I know dudes in Texas, right? I'm not sure, I would rather be positive, but I think the shooters were supposed to be from like New Orleans or something. The niggas who came, you know what I mean? They came all the way out there for 4 pounds of weed or 12 pounds, some shit, whatever how many pounds it was, they came for that. Like, who going that far to get some bud? Like, the story just don't add up, bruh. And then I'm gonna tell you the shit that I peeped that I feel like people should pay attention to, you know what I mean? Because I've never seen no shit like this, and maybe I'm wrong, you know what I mean? And if I'm wrong, that's what the ConCreteConVoS fans is here for, to, you know, correct me when I'm wrong and you know, pull me up on my facts. But I don't think I'm wrong on this. I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, yo, on the news when I heard it being reported, they said he was found dead with the double tap.
Mm-hmm.
That was the exact words, the double tap. I've never heard that word used except for in movies and by law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? And it confused me that the news used that term in specifics. So I just felt like that it was more of a messaging kill for people who could read between the lines. Like, we want y'all to know if y'all ever try to like really get police to go to jail, you're gonna die, we're gonna kill you. Straight like that. I think that was strictly done by police. They got him the fuck up out of here. You snitched on one of ours, and you know,
part of their brotherhood, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they got him the fuck up out of here, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's just more to even like, well, Amber Geiger's fine. They're gonna put her in the jail to make that sure that she's okay, so. That's just a fucked up situation, but that's how my mind thinks about it when I look at that situation. It's like, damn, they really sending the message like, don't fucking play no games. You already black. Don't be out here trying to be black and snitching on police.
Right.
So that was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Let's lighten the mood up a little bit. We gonna be jumping back and forth into bullshit, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? But let's talk Evelyn Lozado. You know who she is, you know what I mean? The chick from Basketball Wives, the Spanish joint. She said a couple racist things, and they called her out on it. Now she's suing one of the other characters on the show for defamation of character because people are calling her a racist and she losing money because of it.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
Well, anybody that's been called out, even if it's a fact or if it's somebody's opinion or whatever, if you get called out and it's finna mess with any kind of money flow, hell yeah, she gonna try to fight to get that shit cleaned up. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna sit there and be like, yeah, I'm a racist, so I'm sticking with it. Fuck you. She ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? She gonna try to clear that shit up, and then she gotta sue a couple of motherfuckers.
No, but I want to know, do you like think it's even possible? Like, is there a possibility that she's a racist? Because she called the lady that was Chinese Ling Ling, and she don't even do nails, you know
Bro,
what I mean?
like racist shit, like, bro, when it comes to that, bro, like, that shit's something embedded in your heart. We can't all sit here and say we ain't saying no cracker jokes on this and that and the third. I called the lady who work on my feet, let me long time. You know what I mean? That don't mean I'm racist or I got something against the people. It's just something I may say, just like they call me big black guy or this. Like, I don't take little slogans and slurs as like racism. Like, that shit is some embedded shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's some shit that's a hatred that's in your heart, you know what I mean? cracking jokes and just being funny with anybody. If I see a midget, you short motherfucker, or this person, like, they're just saying what it is. If you Asian, Arab, we go into the Beep store and be like, we say little shit, you know what I mean? Is that saying we racist and we know, like, man, I don't hate them people like that, you know what I mean? I'm just cracking jokes. So that shit get looked at different when somebody else doing it because they white. Like, I be feeling sometimes white people get that card pushed on them more than others. You know what I mean? Because they got a lot of people out here that's slick racist, that's black. You know what I mean? I'm just being real, speaking for me. I just feel they get looked at a little bit like, oh, they said this because they white. I could crack the same joke and it's gonna get overlooked because I'm black. You don't feel I'm right on that?
I think it's all about if you're in tune with the culture. Because I feel like Gary Owens could get away with a lot of shit that most white comedians can't get away with. You know what I mean? So for me, it's more about being in tune with the culture now. I feel like Evelyn Lozada is well aware of what, when she called a Chinese girl Ling Ling, what that means. And she's well aware about when you call a black woman a monkey, what that means. You know what I mean? So for me, yeah, bitch, you might be a little racist. Right. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be saying things like that to people.
Especially when you got that platform.
Yeah, and they're not, and they just doing a little catfighting. Like, I get it. Sometimes you hit below the belt, but at the same time, watch your mouth. Plus, on some real shit, and I know people might take this offensive, and it's okay, but I feel like Spanish people are a little racist on the low, especially when it comes to black people. Like, I really feel like that, bro. Like, they fuck with us, but I feel like that when that nigga drops sometimes, it ain't like a nigga, it's like a nigger. Like, it's like those, they niggas switch up real easy, like, I mean, they'll put an A on it or put an ER on it with the real quickness, you know what I mean? So, I feel like Spanish people, like, even though they like, they consider like immigrants and shit just like us, they look down on us. And
it depends who too though. Like you gotta.
No, it's different. It's different people, but I'm just like, speaking for the on the podcast, just talking some shit right now. You know what I mean? Because
like Puerto Ricans say nigga more than the average.
Yeah, to themselves. But I feel like when they say that to black people,
yeah, it come from somewhere.
It come from another place. It don't come from the place of like when they saying nigga to each other like it's a brotherhood.
Like they try to slide one in.
Especially when they angry.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm one of the people that feel like you don't really know how people feel until you angry. Like I just found out today, like my girl don't really fuck with my podcast shit. You know what I mean? Because when she got angry, she let that shit be clear and known. You know what I mean? So it's just
when
like
that shit pop, everybody gonna want to fuck with it.
Yeah, but that's just how the game go. You know what I mean? Niggas don't see your vision how you see your vision. You can't force that on them. You just got to keep working regardless and prove them wrong because that's how the story always go.
Right.
But moving off of that, Evelyn, yeah, I think you on some racist shit. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? My man Blaze tried to save you, but I ain't with all that.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Just not specifically that situation, but it has been times where shit been enhanced.
Yeah, you try to put it on us and shit. Like, yeah, black people racist too. Shut up.
Yeah, niggas is racist.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Shit, my daddy was racist. God rest his soul. I know, but he wasn't racist till he hated people. His best friend was a white guy. He just came up. He came up in that era. Cause my daddy always used to be like, he'll see somebody.
First of all,
he'll take a judgment and just be like, okay, I know what it is. They want them Peckerwoods, rednecks, and he'll just.
Black people can't be racist. We could be prejudiced, but not racist.
Shit, I've seen it, bro. What's the difference? Prejudice and racism.
Because racism is when you can stop a race from flourishing. We can't do that. We don't have that power at all. We like at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to shit like that.
But we be stopping our damn self from flourishing. There's times we have stopped ourselves.
Okay, let's have this discussion.
Definitely.
Let's name it.
We have stopped
ourselves. Give me points in history where we stopped ourselves.
Shit, look what we doing every day. I mean, we hate on each other. That's just saying, if I got a business, bro. If I got a business, if I got the new chicken spot, you feel me, on the block. Just keep it real. I would have to disguise that and it seem like it's somebody else's shit because if they know it's my shit, motherfuckers wouldn't even support that shit. Just because they be like, oh, this that nigga Blaze shit. They'll go somewhere else and spend their money with somebody else. It's the statistics, bro. If you look at How many times the dollar passed between races, bro, from the Jewish to white to black, bro? The money don't pass through us in fucking no, not even a day. I think it's minutes. I don't want to quote it wrong, but look it up. It don't even stay in our community and pass in our hands in minutes. The Jewish day money at least go around for a week before it goes out to somebody else. We don't support each other. We doing this shit to each other, bro.
But see, I could argue that by saying this, right? When somebody else throws an establishment, right? Say somebody else put a McDonald's up in the hood or whatever. They not saying, yo, this is a white-owned McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, just start your business and that's that. Everybody, like, every business I support, I don't really know the owner. So why do black people we need to throw our name behind all ownership? We don't have to do that. Like, your name is on the stats, you know what I mean? Niggas don't really have to know that it's your shit. And if you feel like that's the mentality of your people, then you just put it there. You don't put your name behind it and shit like that. But I don't genuinely feel like that. I feel like that we are conditioned to what we're used to. So if you throw up a chicken spot, it might not be because your shit is black owned. And this is what black owned businesses do, in my opinion. They want to cut corners and then try to act like they got a real business. Why would I buy your chicken just because it's black owned when, nigga, y'all niggas don't even treat us right? We got to wait forever. It be all types of shit.
And
but
that's possible.
But if you running a smooth and clean business, nigga, the people are going to support regardless to me. You know what I mean? It's just like the problem to me with us is what you just did. Like the self-reflection that we have of ourselves is too low. Like we say what white people say about us, about ourselves. And that to me is a fucking problem in the conditioning of how we are. You know what I mean? Because we only say that and believe that because that's what they say. They put that message out there. I know a lot of black businesses that I support. I know a lot of black shit that I'll pull up on just because it's black owned. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of black businesses that's flourishing. You know what I mean? Everything's about location, how you handle business, everything. Like
everybody ain't like that though.
Everybody.
I watched it. It's something I watched and seen. Motherfuckers literally will not support you just because. Like I don't know if it's hate or something in their bones. They don't want is a crab in a bucket type mentality. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it, bro. You from New York? You've seen this shit. You seen motherfuckers try to prevail and,
I've seen that.
Advance.
I'm not gonna
bring
front
you
like
back down. Like what the fuck?
To me, I feel like I've seen that in a certain culture and a certain nature. You know what I mean? I've seen that when I lived in the hood. Now that I live in the burbs, I feel like I meet people every day that's trying to help me, like move on and get better. You know what I'm saying? And they black people. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. To me, it's about where you at and what position in life you at. Because if you're in a position where someone can offer you the help and they know that you in a position to take it, then you're going to make moves forward. Like, I feel like people don't even be in position to take the help that you want to offer them, but they want the help anyway.
Right.
Like, all right, I could give it to you, but then what you going to do with it? And I feel like that's a lot of black people problem. Like, you want this help, you want all of this. All right, I'll give you it all, now what happens? Because niggas fall on their face and still will come back for more. Like,
you can't ever satisfy nobody. No.
Yeah, so that like, to me, like, yeah, you right on your argument on what you're saying, but I also feel like that the vibrations I'm trying to put out there is that, like, I believe that, yeah, we do that already. Like, we do support each other. Like, nigga, my views don't come from nobody else but my people. Right. Like, you know what I mean? So I can't front like, oh, they don't support. Like, nigga, it take time with everything. You gotta hustle. Niggas gotta see you serious about it. That's the thing about our people. We jump on shit a little too late, but when we on it, we on it. Right. Then you got our support forever, you know what I mean? Our people support niggas that get it out the mud, you know what I mean? Like, I could have made every excuse not to do this episode today, but I didn't. You know what I mean? We don't got our stand, we don't got shit, you know what I mean? Right. But we making this shit happen regardless, and that, to me, is the vibrations and the new culture I want to push forward, you know what I mean? But I get exactly what you're saying. I've seen it, but I've also seen the other side.
But when I look at majority of what I've seen, it's been some of that bullshit.
I feel you.
Know what I mean? But I just pray for everybody that they can, enhance their life and come to better decisions as far as doing that. Because since we talking about support, there's a lot of people I sent this podcast too, and I know I might not post it a lot on social media, but the people who know that should know that I've supported and did a lot of shit for, motherfuckers should be pushing that out there. Like I had to call out people in my family, like, what, you ain't, what?
Yeah, but
Don't tell me about nothing else, but that's just how I feel because I've supported so many people and shit they've done.
Yeah,
Even
but
if it's shit that I didn't feel like I ain't gonna see much out of this. I'm just gonna find a position and support it, believe in it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you just need that motivation. Like, shit, you ain't got to be the best person to support me, but at least you doing something.
But see, the thing about it is that I had to come to the understanding of, my nigga, is that, like, everybody's support is different. You know what I mean? Your support might be, fuck it, I'm all in. I'm going to support your shit like as if it was mine. I'm going to promote it. I'm going to do all this, da-da-da-da. I'm going to throw bread into it, da-da-da-da. Other niggas' support might be when shit is lit. Just to be like, yo, I knew that nigga. I watched him grind from the bottom.
I ain't
like,
gonna fuck with that, though. And
I'm just saying.
It's gonna show on my person that I ain't fucking with that. And anybody who know me know that.
Yeah, but they'll have to respect that part of the game, or they won't have to. But just like I feel like we gotta respect that part of the game. That nigga, if a nigga don't want to share my shit, okay. You know what I mean? Like, cool. You aware of what I'm doing? That's cool with me because when the wave pop, you just gonna be another view instead of being somebody that could have been a part of the wave.
All right.
Like that part I don't sweat, but let's move back into like the trending topics. I want to give a shout out to Alex Trebek. You know what I mean? He's fighting pancreatic cancer. I just saw an article was saying that it might be, you know, it might mean his end of Jeopardy, and you know that man been on Jeopardy forever. You know what I mean? I was raised on that. If you was in most black families, you was probably watching Jeopardy, prime time. You know what I mean? Every motherfucking night. Niggas should be geniuses. Like, for real. Because niggas have to watch that shit every day, but I want to give that big shout out to Alex Trebek. Yeah, definitely. And I want him to, you know, God willing, you know, get back, you know what I mean? Beat that shit and still, you know, live and flourish. But, you know, he's definitely a legend. He has a legacy that will live forever, you know what I mean? But I definitely want to salute him and let him know, like, you know, he definitely got prayers from ConCreteConVoS. You want to talk about the kid who missed jury duty and got sentenced to 10 days?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. The system, you know, we spoke on it before about the system. You think because he was black, this happened? You think if he would have been white?
A nigga, he was the only black juror.
Okay, so you think it was directed because of his race, right?
Definitely.
I just want to make sure that I ain't just tripping myself because I just feel
no,
like...
definitely, I can agree with it.
Because he was black, had no record. I just feel sometimes the system just try to find us and stick something to us. Like, oh, he ain't got a record. Give him something to have something so the next little small shit could happen. It could build up and it could make something else stick. Because if you got so many little things keep hitting, it could be something that's kind of like minor, major. They gonna try to stick it to you. Like, oh, you gotta look at him. He got this, and this. And not just being your first time dealing with something. Like, that's just crazy. 10 days because I overslept for jury duty. I was tired. I was working. You called me in for some shit. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I hope I don't get called because I might oversleep or not make it to that shit. Because to be real, I ain't trying to be on no jury duty.
The part for me that's like, the part for me that's not getting looked at enough is, you know, yes, he did get that because he was black. Yes, he did get it to me because he didn't have a record. He's just a good kid that was trying to do the right thing. And I just feel like that it got swept under the rug because after social media picked up on it and it got a lot of attention, then the judge did the right thing. And, you know, expunged the 10 days, expunged the whole charge and shit. But
if they could have got away with that shit, if it wouldn't have been no light to it, it would have stuck it.
Exactly. And being that that's not being paid more attention to is like it's like niggas is too happy with these small ass victories. Mm-hmm. Like these are small little victories. Like, yeah, he didn't get the job. They expunged his record. Nah, point out the honest and blatant racism. That judge should not be a judge no more. His judgment is misconstrued. Like, how do you even give somebody them type of terms just for oversleeping for jury duty? That is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. But, you know, this, I guess,
That's something that needs to be looked at personally on that judge, because if they thinking that kind of treatment is acceptable to somebody, it's like that's kind of overboard. You know what I mean? 10 days is long as fucking jail, bro.
For a
The
nigga that
short
ain't
time
never,
feel forever.
come on, that shit.
For somebody
ridiculous.
never been in there 10 days.
That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the other fuck nigga. This Texas dude. I'm not even gonna give his name. Like, I just want to talk about the simp nigga for a second. He's the nigga that robbed the bank the day before he was about to get married. You know what I mean? Now we can look at this two ways. I think he robbed the bank because he really ain't want to marry that bitch, and he'd rather do a jail sentence before he marry her. You know what I mean?
Or that nigga had that pressure at the wedding. They want this and they just want everything to be
He
just
said he
so
was trying
right
to get the
and
ring.
so this. You know, motherfuckers be tripping sometimes. Like, I need this, I want that. You never know what kind of needy chick he got.
Is he white or black?
Huh?
Is he white or black?
He white.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you do that.
Yeah. So, you know, the story say he was a nigga.
I'm glad you do that.
Hey,
the
look,
nigga cry.
baby, we ain't got it.
Word.
We're gonna have to switch the date,
Yeah.
break this shit down. We're gonna have to get one of these little cheap rings
Word.
and switch the venue. Have that shit at the crib or something. But
Might have to loan the nigga a little something.
right, go borrow something, do something, get plasma or something, my nigga. But Holmes went in. Her ring must have been like 8,000. The venue must have been another 6,000. The deposit or some shit. And this nigga went, said, I'm gonna rob a bank.
Dweeb ass looking motherfucker too, bro. This shit is crazy.
That was his last result. I'm just gonna go up in the bank. Probably did it so goofy too. I don't know how he did it, but he did it goofy. I know he did.
Definitely. He got his dumb ass. Oh, his dumb ass gets away, you know what I'm saying? And his wife makes him turn himself in.
The same. Let me be quiet, cause I'll finish first.
You can say it. The same
same
bitch he was
bitch.
doing it for, nigga. Fuck that
The
shit,
same
nigga.
bitch, she do all this shit.
I know we said we trying to watch our mouth.
Tight.
We've been minimized on the curses.
I think I every time I say a curse word, I've been thinking about it.
Fucking Oprah. Shout out to Oprah. She get a little round of applause from us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some black excellence. You know what I mean? She donated $13 million to Morehouse College. You know what I mean? Which is a great look. You know what I mean? Oprah's on her shit, bro. She been giving away a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Oprah, ConCreteConVoS. We need a sponsor. You know what I mean? We don't even want to lie. Take a little $250 piece. You know what I mean? $250 piece. Since you're giving away $13 million to Morehouse. Shout out, let's give another round of applause, you know what I mean, to the biggest boss Hollywood has seen thus far.
Come on, man.
Tyler Perry.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Perry. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about that for a second. Did you see the fucking lie? Like, did you see it, bruh?
Yeah, she real.
Bruh.
Hey.
That nigga is getting to the fucking chicken, bruh.
Chicken for real.
How you build a bigger joint than Disney and Paris and niggas that been around forever?
Forever. You know how long they took to get that franchise, to get that stand and
Bro, and put that bitch right here in black ass Atlanta, nigga.
You said black ass Atlanta.
For real, bro.
For real.
Son, that shit is the lit. Yo, Tyler Perry, another motherfucker. Yo, 250 piece. You feel me? That's all 250 piece. We'll make the rest of it happen.
Over 250.
You know what I mean? Y'all got ConCreteConVoS right there in your hands. You know what I mean? You can see the light in me, baby. You know this is gonna get lit. God damn. Or look, you know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? Just in case this don't work out, just give me a little job out there on the spot. You know what I mean? I'm good at cleaning shit and
Man, don't forget me either. This nigga talking about him with his ConCreteConVoS. He talking about getting him a spot.
nigga, I said ConCreteConVoS.
I'm trying to
first,
support.
I would have
That's
9
it.
to 5.
If y'all need a
Just in
supporting
case.
ass nigga, I got you.
So how much money would it take you to grow breasts, even though you already got some?
Oh man, how much money would it take to lose a motherfucker?
Nah, to grow some.
I don't know. You gotta ask somebody that's trans that got, start taking them pills and shit. I ain't got no breasts, bro.
Well, shout out to the nigga that
It's
got
real,
$8
man.
billion
$8
from
billion
Johnson & Johnson.
to grow some.
Nah, he was taking a medication that basically the Johnson & Johnson company was behind,
Oh,
and he grew breasts.
And he got
They
$8
gave
billion.
$8 billion, my nigga. They
What
ordered
the
to pay the
product
kid $8 billion. Look, you about to go get it. Try to you was taking it for your shit.
Nigga, that's the lick we need.
So just go in there and let them know.
I ain't never had this before, bro.
Nah, it's them pills, right?
Them pills, bro.
So how much off the 8 I get?
What's the name of the pill?
They not even saying it.
Yeah, them pills. I took them pills.
Yeah, I see the thing. They got the thing right here, though.
What it called?
Hold on, they got the bottle.
What the bottle?
Risperdal.
Yeah, Risperdal. Taking Risperdal.
Yeah.
That shit fucked me up, had me depressed, suicidal. I was vomiting.
I feel you. I was
diarrhea.
there, I seen it.
And then it was like 2-3 months later, I started noticing like milk dripping from my shit. And, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And shit just kept happening. And as I worked out, you know, they started moving and shit, and it hit me in the chin, and I didn't know what to do. So I just been wearing tight ass shirts under my hoodies. But, you know, this is uncomfortable. You know, so I need that check. Why I sign up at?
I feel you. This nigga's stupid, yo. Yo, this nigga is crazy. A topic that we were supposed to get into that we didn't get into, and I want to get into it now since we got some time. Remember when we was talking about life after death?
Yeah.
And how we felt about that and everything? And how I was comparing, like, what if the afterlife is like the multiverse? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like in comic books, you know how they got where we live in this timeline, but it's another timeline that's on the same stream of this one, and our life is only just slightly different, but most of it is the same. And you kind of got to skip a few timelines for you. As you go further, it get different. So I was thinking, like, what if that's the afterlife? Because remember we was talking about near-death experiences, and remember how we were saying, like, you know, sometimes you get it from a near-death experience, like, oh shit, I ain't get shot. But what if you really did get shot, but you just can't recollect that happened because you moved on to the next timeline?
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people out there feel it and understand, because a lot of people that have some near-death experiences, and they kind of, it take you like a week or two to shake back, for real. Shit, even longer to be real. Well, you know, mine, it took me a few years, bro, so.
Oh, a near-death experience you had?
Yeah, so you don't realize if your reality, you clocked out and you live in another kind of reality.
So you want to talk about that? Or?
Was the near-death experience?
Yeah.
Well, shit, I flatlined, you know what I mean, twice. I was 13, well, I was 12. My mom and them had went to Europe. They was singing with a choir. We had a lock-in at my school, my middle school. I was playing basketball like all night and shit. Got home. No, I was cramping and shit. I used to always be like low on magnesium and plaid, you know, all in my body. So I ate some bananas. I shook back, but I just noticed I was just still feeling kind of weak, and I started getting cold. But I was sweating. My veins in my eyes was gone. All my veins had collapsed. So my mom just had flew back in town. My dad was like, shit, yeah, you just keep on getting in the shower, and you know, and I was just feeling like, whoa, like my stomach was cramping, hurting. So I went to the hospital, and cause I couldn't even walk to the car when I got to the hospital. They was like, shit, we don't know what's wrong with him. They was all in my hand, trying to get a IV in my foot. My brother was like, shit, what about the one in his dick? So I'm like, what? Like, cause all my veins had collapsed. You know, when you tapping out, you tapping out. So
I feel you, but this nigga recommended.
Yeah, this nigga recommended. Like, weak as I was, I didn't with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That nigga recommended that. So I'm like, shit. They couldn't help me. So anyway, get out of here. We podcast for real.
Right.
Chills and popping in. Go upstairs. Dogs moving around. But yeah, back to the story at hand. So I get to the hospital. They can't really do nothing for me. So they got to fly me on a helicopter to the big hospital, Oshner. I really want to say that name of the hospital because Oshner looked out for the family, Ronald McDonald. So when I get to Oshner, they was like, shit, we got to put him in immediate surgery. So I'm not getting all this because, you know, I'm faded. So, you know, they tell my mom and them, so they're like, yeah, they got to have immediate surgery on me. So I go into surgery, shit. not knowing at the time my appendix had erupted, and I was just sitting there taking the shit, and I had a few hours to live. So when I was in surgery, they cut me open, gangrene shit, all the poison was coming out. So as I was under the knife, shit, I had seen my great grandmother. I never seen been around none of my grandparents in my life. I mean, like everybody talk about grandparents. I never had grandparents like that. So my great grandmother had Alzheimer's. She was in Texas. I used to always go see her around the time my dad had his like class reunion, and they started having them more frequently because it was getting old. People was dying. So she had Alzheimer's. I always get her a bag of the little Chewies and 7-Up. And she used to always remember me because she always think I'm my daddy, whatever. She'll start calling me a different name. So I go run to the vending machine and get that. So me and her was like the closest of grandparent. So when I was under surgery, I saw myself like it was in an all dark place. And I don't really tell people about this shit because people always be like, oh, but it was all dark. And I seen like a little piece of glitter, like a little sparkle. Had a whole bunch of people around me, dog, no cap. And it was like images, like shadows, but I knew exactly who everybody was. And then I was walking, and my great-grandmother walked up to me. She was probably like in her mid-20s. She had like a white nightgown on, like a slip that go under the dress. Didn't say no words to me, but she was communicating to me, and she was looking at me, shaking her head. She started turning back around. And as we turned back around and walked back, and I'm looking at her like, Grandma, I miss you. I'm happy to see you. And she just shook her head, and nigga, when you having them dreams when you falling and you finna hit? Like, I just start falling, bro. Like, oh, and I was just waiting just to hit, to wake up. Nigga, when I hit to wake up, man, they was over me with the revivals, bro. You know what I mean? Like, clear, like. And then I panicked because I ain't feel none of that pain I was going through. So when I wake up, nigga, I got a tube in my nose, a tube in my main artery in my heart, because all my veins had collapsed, so they just put a tube straight to my heart. I had a catheter in, I had hella shit all in my stomach, you know what I mean? Draining the shit. I just had tubes and shit hanging everywhere, so I went to grabbing and snatching. They was like, nah, calm him down. And they was like, we can't sedate him back because of what just happened. So that made me panic most. I'm like, what the fuck they talking about? What just happened? And so they just kind of gave me something to relax me, whatever, to calm me down from pulling all them wires and shit out because I was freaking out. But I had that surgery and I had to go back in the surgery because they had to make sure all the infection was out and that it didn't get to my chest. And when I went under that surgery, I did it again, but I did it quick. And how that shit worked, like the first time my line went flat, like beep beep and flat out and then pop back on. But nigga, the time frame what I was dealing with was way longer than that little like that shit was like I had a moment, but the line didn't, you know what I mean?
Time didn't exist. Yeah. When you
so. Yeah, bro, so when I came back, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I was pissed off. Like, I'm going to tell you straight up, I was mad with God. I was mad with everything because I'm like, damn, I'm back. Because I was feeling all the pain from surgery and everything. I had to shake back in the hospital 3 weeks, lost 70 pounds, wouldn't eat no food. Then when I finally was able to eat, it was only little portions. Like, I bit a piece at one time and was full. I'm thirsty looking at shit on TV. Sun-Kissed was out at the time. I wanted all kind of drinks, but I couldn't drink or eat nothing because my stomach had got so small. You know what I mean? I had to use swabs and put ice chips so my shit don't crack. You know what I mean? Like, shit was really bad. You know what I mean? Motherfucker changing you. Like, but the second time, same shit happened. You know what I mean? But it was quicker. I came, seen, the wind blew me back, fell, and they didn't hit me with the revivals, but they was all over me looking crazy. And that's when it was like we done having these surgeries on them because my body was so weak. I was tapping out, bro. Like, I had kissed death in the mouth. You know what I mean? That's just one of my main life, life-death experience. But it took me years to get over it. I was mad with God because I was thinking about, like, damn, how am I going to go next? I'm going to burn up. I'm going to get buried alive, get shot in the head. Like, what's next? You know what I mean? So that would kind of have me pissed off. But I knew it, after that experience, I knew one thing. I knew it wasn't over with. You know what I mean? I knew it wasn't just like life was just this and there's nothing else. I don't care what religion you believe, whatever. If this ain't it, it ain't over with. Like,
but how do you know that just wasn't like, how do you know that just wasn't you like thinking that? Like,
thinking that?
In your own head, like just having a dream.
Different, bro. I went out. What clarified it to me is that I went out. The doctor was like, you was out of there. You feel me? When the doctors were like, you was out of there.
So once they told you that, you knew
it added up because I had nothing but time to sit in the hospital and be weary. I kept trying to go back into the dream or see this shit over and over. Like you gotta think about the time of that happening. I'm young, I'm a kid, you know what I mean? So I'm still trying to like, oh hell, I had no thoughts.
comprehend that.
This was a dream. Let me catch that again. Or let me let the doctors hit me. Let me hit my morphine button. Because, you know, I got the little morphine. I'm hitting the morphine. Let me get high and just go back into that shit. Man, I couldn't find nothing like that. I never seen nothing like that, experienced nothing like that. It was different. It wasn't no, oh, it was a dream and sleep. I've been sleeping and dreaming my whole life. Ain't nothing adds up to that. That was something else. You know what I mean? It was close to sleep. You know what I mean? But when you feel that relief of whatever you going through and like, damn, you're not even thinking about it and you so much smarter, bro. It's like you don't communicate how we communicate right now. You don't think in them ways. It's like something enhances in you and you on a whole nother type time. You feel me? The thinking process, the physical being of it was different than a dream. When a dream, you kind of like seeing that shit from like.
So how was like the physical being of it? Like how did that like feel?
I felt free. I felt like wherever I was supposed to be there, but it wasn't my time to be there. And all I know is the little piece of glitter that I seen, because it wasn't like no tunnel and a light. I just seen a dark ass room, and I just seen a piece of something shining, and that was the only thing to get to. You know what I mean? But the whole time when I was in there with all these people, and it was like relatives. The verse came to me with a prayer. I should walk through the valleys of the shadows of death. I should fear no evil. That came in my head for like out of nowhere. And I just had it in my head because it was like my brain was just working different. Everything was working different. And it was just like I was good. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nothing. I was just pissed off when I was back.
Why do you think those people were just there? Like, you know what I mean? And were they all dead relatives, or were they like relatives that was even still alive, but you could still see them in that form?
Man, I seen a lot. Like, it was a little girl on a bike, like a little tricycle, man with a hard hat, just different forms of people. You know what I mean? But at the moment, I knew who was and what was what. Like, now I can't tell you none of that because I was in a different state. But at the moment, I just knew.
You knew like, those people, even if you didn't really know
people. Them. But it was a lot of people. Like it's like if you put yourself in a big like a dome or something, it's just but everybody down, not in stands, and it's just people just everywhere. You know it people, you see images, and it's so dark, so you don't know how far it goes, but you see all around you is people, but you see a little piece of something. You know what I mean? Like you trying to get to whatever that light is, because there's some light at the end of this.
You know everybody walking to that light?
People were just standing around, really like stand, kind of like while I'm walking, they was like on east side, like just kind of like looking.
Looking at you walking.
I wasn't, at the time, I wasn't even moving. And when I see my great grandma, that's when I started like going towards her. And it was just, I just zoned in on her. That was the only thing that was, cause she was, I could see her. She was in white, I could see her image like a person. Everybody else was, but she was young and I knew it was her. I never seen a young picture or nothing. So after that, I dug up some pictures because I wanted to find out.
Yeah.
But I only knew my grandmother in her 90s. But I knew exactly who that was when I seen her in her mid-20s. I'm like, Grandma, I knew exactly who it was. All the people had died in my life, and it was her. She popped up. So, you know, people would be like, oh, whatever. You know, sometimes they share this with people. But you have some people out there in the world that's like-minded or been through them experiences, and they know it's gonna hit that like, damn, that is exactly what happened. You can't make it up. Some people make that shit up to get attention and get this and thrill. Like, I wouldn't make that up because what happened to me, bro, I'm wishing my worst enemy. You know what I mean? Going through that kind of pain and being in the hospital and watching your family sit there and come with them sad ass, watery eyes like they want to break down, and you looking like, damn, I look this bad. You feel me? Because they seeing you tubed up. Like, that ain't nothing that you just want to go back and just add on something. Like, it's something documented. Doctors know it, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I just know what I experienced, bro. And one thing I'm glad to know in my heart is that I'm not a person that's lost with the what if. It's over with when we all go or this and then the third. I know what it is. That's why I don't really be caring about how it may come, because it is what it is. If I got to go out, that's how I cope with it. If I got to go out this way, that way, this way, it is. I'm most scared of getting old. You feel me? Like getting real old to where it's like I can't do for myself because of experiencing that in the hospital. You know what I mean? Motherfucker turn you to the side, changing your bowl, wiping your ass, wiping the head of your dick. You know what I mean? Like washing you in the bed, scrubbing you with certain shit to get the dead skin off. Like I don't want to be in that state where I can't do for myself. You know what I mean? I get it however, but that state I don't want to be in. Like just a fact. But if that's what it gotta be, that's what it is. But at least I know some information that had people cracking up, killing themselves, wondering about. You know what I mean? People ain't gonna take your word, you know what I mean? But I just know I feel good in my person to know it ain't it. So
I feel you, man. I appreciate you sharing that shit. Cause I know that ain't easy for you.
Nah, it ain't, cause you know you hear people with all kind of comments and fuck it. Like it's on you if you want to take it or receive it.
Yeah, make sure y'all leave your comments. You know what I mean? Shit on Blaze's story. Don't shit on Blaze's story. You know what I mean? Let them know if you can relate. Either way, y'all, you know what I mean? We kind of at that point. We trying to keep our episodes below an hour, especially when it's just me and Blaze. So, like I said, I thank you for sharing that. We'll dive in deeper on the next episode and have that type of conversation. This is ConCreteConVoS. It's your boy Young Weed.
Billionaire Blaze, 109.
Uno never motherfucking dose, niggas. Yo. This your boy Young Weez.
Billionaire Blaze, 109.
Nigga, we move the camera closer and you talk lower.
We not recording this shit for the podcast. I just thought we was just seeing how it's looking.
Nah, I was gonna just go from here.
Ah, nigga, I ain't together.
Fuck. Take one.